woo. That was a good Thursday night woo. No, this side didn't. It's okay. I'm just a man, guys. I didn't need the claps. It's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. What up, Kansas City? Or is this St. Joe? Is everybody St. Joe? If you're all here, who's cooking the meth? What a shame, those poor people. Give it up for yourselves coming out on a Thursday night, having a little thirsty Thursday. I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had this futurist on. And this guy was talking about robotics and AI and technology and medicine and how fast everything is moving, how exponentially everything is getting better to the point where he believes that the first human being to not die has already been born. And he thinks that if we can all make it 5 years, the average lifespan is going to be 150 years old. And if you can make it another 10 years, the average lifespan is going to be 200 years old. And I heard it on Joe Rogan, so it's 100% true. But I love sharing that with people. I love sharing that and looking out in the crowd and seeing the smiles on the faces of people and knowing immediately that they're single. But I'm hearing the grumblings from over here when he was like, did that fat son bitch say 150 years old? Did he say 100? Can you imagine 150? I think about my poor father. Got my mom knocked up at 22 and treated it like he got caught by the feds or something. Like, well, diabetes is going to get me at 50 anyway. I can be 25. Like, you know. Pops, you got another 100 years to go, bro. Buckle up, man. Can you imagine you're just trying to enjoy your 140th birthday like a gentleman? You're just trying to, like, you know, desperately get the pudding popping in your mouth or whatever. You know? Like, they solved death, but they didn't solve Parkinson's, so we're going to just shake it like a vibrator all day. Desperately trying to enjoy your birthday cake without throwing it all over your face, and she brings up some shit you did 97 years old. This reminds me of that time you like that girl's Instagram post back in 2040. My God, it was 60 years ago. I was 80. I was a kid. Let it go. Pretty wild, man. We're focused on the wrong things, I feel like. We're focused on longevity. We're focused on quantity and not quality, and that bothers me, man. Because, look, I would love to live to be 150. I want to have hope. I want to know what it's like to be a tour guide on Mars. That would be dope. You know? But at the same time, I don't know, man. Like, I want to see some progress first. I played 1 hour of pickleball with Carolina. I walk around like Joe Biden for 3 days, you know? Can't imagine 140 years old, my hip flexor is going to be any more durable, you know? Like, I want to see some progress first, you know? I want to make sure that things are going in the right direction, because I got to be honest, I lived through the 80s, I lived through the 90s, the 2000s, and in my scientific opinion, shit was better. It was better. I'm sorry, it was. Like, what bothers me most is, like, we had things figured out. Like, there were things we had solved that they're now science is fixing, and it's like, I don't understand it. Like, how many engineers do we have on this stuff? Like we had faucets figured out, guys. Like, I'm telling you. Like, it was a crazy thing. You turn the faucet, water came out, you turn the faucet, it stopped. Presto. Now you try to get water. I flew into the MCI, I flew into the airport. You try to get water at that all-gender bathroom, and I'm sitting there jerking off a robot for 5 minutes. Give me the water! I just been poopy. Give me the water. It doesn't come out. You got a double fist sinks. You're going side to side. Like, what are we doing? The soap dispenser's even worse. You used to just, like, you used to give the soap a high five. It was a happy thing, like, boom, and the soap would come out. Now they've turned the soap into like a sexual predator. It's just like nuts in your hand. It goes, and you're like, ah! Who did this? Why am I cupping the soap's nuts? What's going on? society working in the wrong direction, man. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I want to have hope for the future. I'd love to be 200 years old, but I don't want a 180-year mortgage. Like, you know, I don't want $2,500 eggs. I want to see some progress here. You know, like we had things figured out. Like, guys, we had delivery figured out. It was done. You would call up a pizzeria and an honest-to-God human being would answer the phone. Joe's Pizza, what do you want? I want a pepperoni pizza delivered to 123 my house. Boom. That was it. That was the process. And then that guy would make your $8 hot and crispy pizza and then hand it to a teenager. And that teenager, with no technology, no GPS, no Apple Maps, no Waze, just 2 hits of his joint. And like he was Neo entering the Matrix, memorized every road in your town. And that hot, crispy $8 pizza got to your door in 30 minutes, or it was free. And if it took 60 minutes, you got to kill the kid right there in the driveway. Not anymore, boy, let me tell you want to order a pizza. Oh my God, you got to download an app. No, it's not on this app, it's on another app. No, it's on the Slice app. Download the Slice app. You got to put in your name. You got to put in your address. You got to put in your date of birth. You got to put in your blood type. You got to put in what your sign is. Oh no, you looked away from the phone for 1 second. Sign back in! Do you want sausage on your pizza? No, I want pepperoni on my pizza. Do you want pineapple on your pizza? I want pepperoni on my pizza. Do you want I just want pepperoni on my pizza, please. This is a 35 question. Multiple choice. I didn't pass my SATs. I just want to order pizza. You want it on half? No, I want it on whole. Would you like to donate to kids in the Congo? Never met them. Would you like to round up? No, I'm round enough. Would you like to leave a tip? How do I know the pizza hasn't got here? It takes an hour and a half to order a pizza. It costs $217. And the pizza comes to you 2 hours later, cold, rubbery, disgusting, and your drink tastes like a Venezuelan immigrant. And that's the part of the process I like. We should keep that. I'm just saying, man. And I'm not one of these guys that's like everything was better back in the day. I know it wasn't. Like, I grew up in Jersey.
Yeah.
Please hold your applause. It's okay. I grew up in Jersey. We had this thing called the mob there. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't perfect. But there wasn't a lot of drag queen story time in Gambino neighborhoods. Like, there wasn't a lot of Yelp reviews in mob territory. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine some hipster dweeb goes into Carlo's Pizzeria and sits there with their thumbs ablaze. My partner and I absconded into Carlo's Pizzeria one dreary Tuesday. I ordered the white slice. They had the veal ossobuco. We both found the ambiance to be lacking. 3 stars. Before they even hit send, they would get a knock on the door and it would be Vito and his cugino and they'd be like, which one of you is Kitty Titty 69 on Yelp, huh? The boss says next time you use a word like ambiance, you get a smack, yeah? I just don't know, man. I don't know, like, again, I don't think everything was better back in the day. Like, I don't think everything was better, you know? But I do think in some ways, man, we really need to focus. If we're gonna be in this thing for 150 years together, we need to figure some things out, guys. Like, we need to go back to giving each other some grace. You know, in a weird way, when I was growing up, and a lot of you, we were way meaner to each other, but the world was way nicer. You know, does that make sense? Like, I'm dating. Yeah, go ahead, I'll take your claps. And the world was way meaner. And I said, all right. The Pope's from Chicago, you believe it? The Pope's gonna be going to countries that owe it money, like Ecuador. Are you getting 69 in America? What a trip! Oh my God, what happened? They couldn't get a Goomba from Brooklyn. Like, what happened? I hope he does well. We need some more love in this world, man. But Chicago ain't won nothing in a very long time, so I don't know. They needed a win. How did you become Pope? I dodged bullets for 30 years. Oh, you must be holy. Shame on all of you. Shame on you. I should quit. No, but it's true, man. Like, we were meaner to each other, but the world was nicer in ways that, you know, I'm dating a younger girl because I'm awesome. And she doesn't understand me and my friends. Like 300,000 years of female evolution, and they still cannot comprehend male bonding. Like, it's insane. So I've got 3 friends named Eric in my phone, 3 of my best friends in the world. The first Eric in my phone is named Eric. The second Eric in my phone is Eric the Jew. He's not Palestinian. He's Jewish. And the third Eric in my phone is Baloney Tits Eric. And he texted me one day while I was in the car with my girl, and it came up on the iPlayer, and she's like, Baloney Tits Eric. I was like, ah, it's my boy. She goes, that's horrible. I'm like, what? It's his name. She goes, you guys named him Baloney Tits Eric? I was like, no. God did. God gave him the Baloney Tits. Wasn't us, he had Baloney Tits. His name was Eric. Yeah, it's Baloney Tits Eric. Eric the Jew was already taken. I don't know what you want. If it makes you feel any better, he's been on Ozempic for a year. He's down to pepperoni tits, Eric. You know, like, another year on Wegovy, he's going to be olive nipple Eric. You know what I mean? He's working his way down the charcuterie board. You know what I mean? That's one of my best friends. I was in his wedding. We can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend this, how cancel culture became a thing. It's still nuts to me. Like, we had a phrase, somebody said something we didn't like growing up, it was like, bite me. I wasn't like, it was bite me. Or if you were in a real vulgar Brooklyn neighborhood, it was like, yeah, right in, you know? Now it's like, I'm gonna tweet until your family can never eat again. Lunatics. Gotta go through everything on LinkedIn until you can never get a job again. Whoa. Crazy. You know? You gotta get back to having a little grace with each other, giving each other a little space, you know? Having a little trust with one another, man. Because there's no way I could have, like the whole idea of what bathroom are you gonna use is crazy to me. Like, it's an insane thing to be like, oh, what bathroom are we using? Like, who cares? Just wipe. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? You know, I get it, there's kids involved, and maybe we should have an adult and a kid bathroom. I don't know, but I can tell you, like, this wasn't the biggest deal in the world, because the first vagina I ever saw in my life was the captain of my high school football team, senior, named Steve. He was in the locker room, decided he was going to do a tuck on her and be like, you like that, boys? Hey, freshman, you like this? And we're looking at it like, you know what? I do like that. Trim that up a little bit. We can work with that. What bathroom are we gonna use? Meanwhile, when I was 15, it was like, does this look like a brain to you? Check it out, it's a bat wing! Look at this thing go! Good thing you guys bought the front row seats, huh? Yeah. Wait till I get to the butthole jokes. It's crazy, man. We gotta give each other grace. 150 years are gonna be together, man. We gotta control what you can control. Let it go. Let it go. If you can't control it, let it go, man. Let it go. I was doing a show in Minneapolis, and this girl got up. She was sitting like right about there in the middle of my set, and she got up in the middle of the crowd. And she goes, "You have the comedy of a privileged white male." I'm like, "Oh, she thinks I'm funny." And she goes to leave. I was like, don't do cardio on my account. What are you doing? Like, calm down. Like, what's wrong? So you need to admit your privilege. I was like, I'm happy to admit my privilege. If you will admit your privilege. She's like, I'm not privileged. I was like, well, by the looks of things, you have been privileged to some Gushers or high fructose corn syrup at some time in your life. As someone that knows the symptoms, you've been privileged to a carbohydrate or two, madam. She didn't take that well. She goes to leave. I go, no, look, of course I'm privileged, man. I grew up with two parents that, we didn't have a lot. We didn't have much. I grew up, it's what some would call, I don't know, white trash. Not Alabama white trash, but like, let's get serious here, right? But you know, 5 Jersey white trash, that's right, yeah. 5 kids on, or five people in the family on one guy's salary, you know. My dad worked his ass off. He was away a lot because he had to work, and my mom raised us. And I had food in my belly, I had a roof over my head, I got a boot in my ass when I needed it, and I grew up in the greatest country on earth. I'm absolutely privileged, and so is she. And I'm not saying we're all the same, because we're not. And I'm not saying that we all have it the same, because we definitely don't. Some people are dealt a better hand, and there's no doubt about that. But I guarantee you, if we all start thinking about what we can be grateful for instead of what's pissing us off, you're going to get much further in life, because I'm telling you, there's a lot to get mad at always. Count your blessings, and I promise you, you're blessed. I promise you. She disagreed. So I said, how old are you? She said she's 25 years old. I said, okay, so you've grown up with body wash your whole life, right? And she looked at me very confused. She goes, yeah, so? And I said, well, then you have had the privilege of never waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and starting your day by washing your face with the same bar of soap your dad washed his ass with about 5 minutes earlier. Believe me when I tell you, you do not know what a privilege it is to not have to start your day looking at a bar of soap that somehow turned into a Brillo pad. You gotta pick up that steel wool and fight the last 3 minutes of hot water. And this is the part of the joke where the black people look at each other and go, do white people not have washcloths? Or... We do. We have a washcloth, and it gets used once and then sits in the corner getting browner and browner for the next 3 weeks. And then trust me, after 3 weeks, bro, you're gonna look at that thing, you're gonna choose the pubes, you know what I'm saying? Like, my boyfriend chimed in, he was upset. He went to leave, man. I was like, how old are you, bro? He said, I'm 25 also. I was like, brother, you are killing me, man. You guys are so upset, 25 years old. Like enjoy life. Control what you can control. You're getting mad about things you can't control happening to people you've never met and places you'll never go. Focus on making everybody's life around you better. Don't focus on getting riled up by this shit you can't change, man. Because I promise you, my friend, as somebody whose metabolism was ruthlessly taken away from him, this shit don't get better, bro. Like right now, man, I was still single. I was 38 years old. I was still single. My boys were like, "You're the last of us. You gotta be down in Miami, just having the time of your life." Treating me like I was Goodwill Hunting a party area or something like that. Like, they were like, "You gotta do it for me, bro. You gotta be out there with them girls." I was like, "Doing what?" Like, "You should be doing all the drugs, party, everything, man." I was like, "I got IBS. Like, And I'm 38, but I'm single, but I'm still 38. You know, like, it's like, don't get me wrong, I would love to be out there with Hunter Biden, just like doing everything going around the world. Like, hey, you know, what are we gonna do today? Oh, hookers and blow, fun, awesome, cool. Okay, I get it. You know, it's not ideal that the president's son was leaving an 8-ball Easter egg hunt around the White House. I get it. I still think it's hilarious that the media tried to gaslight us about that. Remember, it was like, cocaine found again in the White House. Authorities are stumped. And we're all like, you tried to crack it? Or who's on this case? Authorities are stumped. Wow, crazy. But that's where we're at, right? Authorities are stuff like, oh, we don't know who's leaving the coke in the White House, and we're all like, yeah, all right, whatever. Like, we're fried. We're fried. They have fried us. We're fried. I don't have it in me to argue anymore. I am completely fried. I do not have another Twitter argument in me. I am completely empty. I am Twitter impotent. I am, like, you could tell me, like, when I was a kid, when I was their age, when I was 25, there wasn't a conspiracy theory in the world I wouldn't fight you on. I'd be like, no, you have no idea. Absolutely not. No. The government loves us. USA. Now at my age, I don't think that there's a single conspiracy like I wouldn't believe. Like I like comes out that the moon's made out of cream cheese. Yeah, of course it is. It makes sense. Big cream cheese always lying to us. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's nothing I wouldn't believe. It doesn't matter how absurd it is. They're like, it turns out Martians actually killed JFK. Well, you know, of course it did. Yeah. Beyonce is the best country music singer in America. Yeah. How could she not be? I'm never getting famous. Shit. This is true, man. I was talking to the kid, man. I was like, how you gonna be so mad? Don't be mad, man. You're 25. Live life. Go out. Enjoy yourself, dude. Like, just have fun, man. You have no idea what this life. You just enjoy everything. Like, you see your toes touching. Like, just do it. You don't understand how much you're gonna miss that. You're gonna like, oh. If you don't believe me, go check out one of the fastest rising franchises in America is something called a stretch lab. Have you guys seen this? It's a stretch zone or a stretch lab. Can you imagine? Like, I'm just fried. Like, on one hand, nobody can afford eggs, and I hear the economy's collapsing. And on the other hand, we're doing so well that there's people going, bring my toes to me, Jeffrey. I require to touch my big toe. It's $99 for a half. And stretching is free, guys. You just do it. You just stretch. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to be good at it. You're like, get the good one in. Stretch lab. Can you imagine? It's like, I need somebody to do this for me. Am I athletic? No. Am I healthy? No. Am I wealthy? Yes. Bring my hand to my oh, that's wonderful, Denzel. I hope they open up a stretch zone like next to a soup kitchen, just so it's like, how's it going over there, guys? Getting a good bend in. Soup today? That's nice. room full of women, your empathy just goes, go back to ribbing on Beyonce, leave the poors alone. We need them to buy our meth. I told the kid, he was all pissed off. I was like, brother, listen to me, man, hear me as I'm speaking to you, because right now, you're 25. 10 years from now, you're gonna wake up, trust me, you're gonna hear my voice in your ears, all right? And you're gonna wake up after sleeping in till 9 a.m. on a Sunday. Your only day off, working a 50-hour week. And you're gonna start stretching and scratching like you do. You're gonna hear your girl in the other room, you're gonna start scratching around, you're gonna feel something. You're like, what's going on? Is my ball sack growing a ball sack? Like, why is there a nut on my nut? And you're gonna be like, is there a skin tag on my nutsack? Is there? And you're gonna spend your only day off Googling whether or not your health insurance covers skin tag on nutsack removal. And after an hour of that bullshit, you're gonna be like, nah, I don't need to spend my day at the hospital. I ain't paying no copay. You're gonna call your girl in the other room. You're gonna be like, babe, get the pliers, get the pliers. She'll be like, what you need the pliers for? She'll be like, I didn't ask for questions, I asked for pliers, get the pliers. She's gonna come back in with the pliers and an attitude and be like, what you need the pliers for? And you're gonna tell her and immediately regret it because her eyes are gonna get so big. And her smile is gonna get so wide. And you're gonna be like, nah, I should just go to urgent care. And before you can say it, she had lunged onto your balls with them pliers, man. Like an open field tackle. She had lunged onto your nuts. And as you're looking down at that lunatic staring at you with this smile, your nuts in a pliers. I want you to remember, right when you feel that cold steel on the softest part of your body, you look down in those serial killer eyes. Right before she yanks, I want you to remember, right before that moment, that you once gave a shit about Ukraine, all right? Your worldview is gonna go from global to local with one yank, bro. You need to trust me. Worry about things we can't control, man. We're gonna be together for 150 years. Like, I want to see some progress. Like, I want to go back to a high trust society. We're in a low trust society. We don't trust each other at all. And that, COVID was the end of that. We were taught to look at everybody like they were a potential threat to us. Like my ex, oh my God, forget it. Nuts. Lost their mind. Yelling at people about COVID. Get it over your nose. Get that mask over your nose. And then we'd sit down for dinner. She'd take her mask off and just start talking like nothing happened. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, we're at the table. It's fine. I'm like, what do you think? Like COVID's like a cloud? It's like sitting above us or something? Like, get out of here. I'm like, oh no, I get it. I got tables are the real vaccine this whole time. We've just been playing manhunt with the virus, right? Like, base, can't get me coronavirus. 10 Mississippi's coronavirus. She lost her mind, man. She didn't wear a mask in bed. I swear to God. Not once in 4 years did my Jersey Shore princess ask me to put on a condom, but Joey Behar calls me a super spreader, so here I am, just giggling in my N95. I tried having fun with it. I started like doing movie quotes. I was like, oh, you think darkness is your ally. I can be your stepfather. Yeah, so I was single. And I want us to go back to trusting each other. I'll know that we're healing as a people. I'll know we're healing as a country when we go back to trusting each other. And I'll know we go back to trusting each other when we start mooning each other again. Think about it. When was the last time any of you were mooned? I forgot, St. Joe. Oh, yeah. That was the peak. That was the peak of both comedy and trust. You would see your best friend's dad doing the lawn on his lawnmower, and you'd be driving by or roll down the window and be like, "Hey, Mr. Shapiro, it's a full moon outside," and boom! You would show that grown-ass man your 15-year-old butt cheeks. And he'd be like, "Ah, you got me." I can't even imagine the terror, the sheer terror that would go through my body right now if I saw some random 15-year-old's butt cheeks in front of me, and I would have to be like, I ain't asked for this. No diddy. I called no diddy. I called no diddy. No diddy. I called no diddy. No diddy. No diddy. No diddy. I don't even have TikTok. No diddy. No diddy. No diddy. No diddy. We used to think it was a joke. Now they call it sexual assault. It's like... Well, anyway, that's my time. You guys, man, I'm Gerard Michaels. Thank you so much.